I think we can all remember Canelo saying this, right?
I'm busy this year. I'm busy. I'm very busy. So I'm sorry. Oh, like I say, I know they want the payday, right? They want the payday, but I really don't understand why they don't fight each other. They need to fight each other, and then I fight the winner of all of them. I don't fucking care.
And I think whether you like Canelo or not, we can all agree that we also want that. While he's over there fulfilling his 3-fight deal with DAZN for the remainder of 2022, we would also like, for those who are in line for contention with arguably the top pound for pound fighter, to also fight some decent opposition while they wait, right? Like we want that too. And we almost had it, y'all. We almost had it. We're this close to having Jermall Charlo, who is a WBC champ, against Jaime Munguia, who is a top contender at 160 after already having a belt at 154 back in like 2000 when he got it like in 2018, right? We almost had it, but today there was reports of Jermall Charlo actually accepting a fight with Sulecki from Poland, who, as you know, he's the one that lost to already Bubu Andrade and lost to Daniel Jacobs, and he did beat Rosado as well, but like he was dropped, I believe, in that fight. So it's not like it's this guy who. Point is, we are very underwhelmed. Like we're annoyed about this fight, and I understand why people are upset about the Munguia fight getting turned down, and I'm fucking pissed too. But I am more annoyed of the fact that that was the next best thing, right? Like, okay, the Munguia fight didn't happen. You can blame Munguia all you want, and we could definitely dive into that later in this video. But my biggest pet peeve is that this is what we get instead of a Munguia fight. Like, yes, Munguia, you could say he ducked or whatever. But aside from Munguia, let's pretend Munguia's not even on the question. He's not even involved right now. That's the next best thing. Sulecki, a guy who has fought twice since 2019 and already freaking lost to 2 other champs or former champs in Daniel Jacobs. That don't sit right with me. But you would say, hey, Lily, well, why the fuck didn't the fight happen? And I think if you're online and you're on Twitter, you kind of are more aware of basically more or less what happened, because yes, we're not in those negotiating calls. We're not there, so we will never really truly know the full gist of it. But this was kind of public with Oscar de la Hoya coming out saying that, you know, his demands for this fight to happen. So we kind of know, and obviously we have Jake Donovan, who you guys should all follow on social media. One of the best writers, one of the best boxing writers who writes for boxing. And he actually had an article yesterday kind of going more in depth on why this fight fell off. And let's dive into it. So according to Jake, that fight was agreed on by both parties already, with Jaime Munguia saying he wanted that fight, with Jermall Charlo saying, yes, I'm going to give Jaime Munguia the opportunity to fight for my title. And it was all fine and dandy until, like with most things in boxing, things fall off because of cross-promotional issues, because of different networks, because of money. This time is no exception. It was because of cross-promotional issues, right? With Jaime Munguia being from Mexico, he is his main promoter is Sanfer Boxing, which is a Mexican promoter, and co-promoted with Golden Boy here in the US, right? And because he was with Golden Boy since DAZN launched, they've been housing his fights on DAZN. And because apparently Oscar de la Hoya wanted DAZN to be involved with this fight, whether it be a co-promotion pay-per-view, whether it be the fight go to DAZN pay-per-view, that fight fell off because Oscar de la Hoya basically demanded that DAZN takes part in this negotiation process instead of just Charlo's team, right? And Jaime Munguia and his team on Sanfer, right? And I get how frustrating that must be, because it's just Charlo's team, Charlo's usual team, and then you got Jaime Munguia over here with, like, not just himself, but 3 other entities, right? You got him with his Sanfer promotion people, which are his main promoters, but then you got Golden Boy that you got to deal with, and then now that you want to ask for DAZN, so it's 3 different people to deal with. And when there's more people involved, obviously it's going to be harder to come up with something. And it would have been ideal for Jaime to sit down with those 3, right, and be like, hey, I want this fight, please don't fuck it up for me. I want this fight, please just make it happen. Like, let's not worry about all this because, again, they are the B side, right? They shouldn't be demanding the zone is co promoting the event because they are not the A side. They can ask, they can say, hey, can we work something else so we can do a co promotion towards, Showtime and the zone or whatever, right? Like PBC and the zone together, right? Like, what can we do to facilitate that? What can we do to kind of make this happen? And hopefully it opens the door for more collaborations in the future. That would be a great place to start, but not demanding it like either you give my fighter who's the B side, let the zombie in there, or we're just not going to agree to the fight. If I'm Charlo and his team, I'd be like, who the fuck are y'all to be making demands? I'm the A side. I got the belt. You should just be happy with the opportunity to even challenge me for this shit. Right? So I get that aspect. I get that it's ridiculous for, not Jaime Munguia because he clearly agreed to the fight, but for the team attached to him to be demanding these type of things. And I get that the zone helped Munguia get the visibility that he got because, yes, it was in their platform where he destroyed Ali to become champion in 2018, and he's made all his title defenses on there. And yes, he's co-promoted here in the States by Golden Boy Promotions, even though he has his own promoter in Sanfer, right, in Mexico. But you just don't make those type of demands when you are the challenger. I'm not a promoter, so what the fuck do I know? But it just seems strange, right? That they demanded that, right? And again, you can't really. I don't want this narrative that Munguia ducked, because Munguia clearly wanted this fight. And even in the article by Jake Donovan, which I will link in the description, and I will also link Jake's Twitter so you guys can follow him. He has the best and more accurate boxing news, and highlight on accurate. Okay. He does have a quote by Steven Espinosa, which is the president of programming on Showtime. He said, I have no doubt that Munguia wants that fight. I would never question the heart of a fighter, certainly someone as accomplished as Munguia, but we had a deal. Munguia reached a deal. He accepted the terms of the fight, so I have no doubt he negotiated. He reached out and said he was willing to accept the fight on these terms. For us, his part was done. He accepted the fight. Things broke down over networks. Munguia's promoter requested we bring in another platform, DAZN, to collaborate with. The reality is that it didn't make sense. And I agree, it doesn't make sense. If he's the B-side, why are you demanding that there's another promotion, right? Yes, thank you, DAZN. Thank you for housing me and giving me this platform. However, let me go over here real quick and try to get a belt. And if I get it, imagine how much more visibility I'm going to bring you now after I'm on pay-per-view on Showtime, or I'm in a big Showtime fight and I win. Now I can come back and give you even more visibility and bring you even more money because now I will have the belt, right? So these are things that, yes, I understand, right? I understand the frustration with the fans, but again, I'm just like, Sulecki, that's the next best thing. And what? I had a little discussion with this Twitter guy earlier who's like, well, who would you want them to fight? Really? Who do you suggest? And given the fact that Charlo had said that he would not fight anybody under 25 and who wasn't vaccinated, good for him, by the way, on the vaccination part. But given he had those demands, I guess, yeah, who can we pick? Who else can we pick? Right? Because if you look at the rankings for the WBC, which is, he's champ for the WBC. Let's look at them, shall we? Then we clearly see Jermall Charlo. He's right there, right? Oh my God. Tengo mocos. He's clearly right there, right? With his WC title. And you have Jaime Munguia, who was the one that was supposed to be fighting. Carlos Adames from the Dominican Republic, who I believe fought recently. We have Chris Eubank. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. I think he fought recently too. And then this guy, I remember this guy. I don't know his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But I do know that he fought, I believe, in the undercard of the Sean Porter versus Crawford fight, right? And he he's, that would be a good one. He just fought, so why not? He had fought in November. That's a good time to offer him a fight. He already fought Sergey Derevchenko, so not there. So yeah, when you look at it, you're like, okay, I guess Sulecki is fine because he already fought Montiel. Williams lost to Boo Boo, so I guess it is hard to find someone who either already fought Jamal Charlo or fought the other champs and lost. So I do get that. I do get that. Like, who else is he gonna fight, right? Fine. But at the same time, no se pasan de verga, man. Like, I think it's more of a dissolution. Is that how you say it? I don't know. English isn't my first language. I think it's more like just feeling like, damn, we almost had this fight and now it's not gonna happen. Or not yet, at least. But I guess we have until December 2022 for this fight to happen. So hopefully the winner faces Canelo. I don't know, y'all. You guys know I'm not biased. I can see both sides. I see the Charlo people being like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I'm not going to give you guys the rights to have everything on your end or to give you half of the promotion because we're the champs and we have the champ. Like, what are you guys talking about? But I also feel like, really, that's the next best thing? Sulecki? I don't know, yeah. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys are okay with the Sulecki fight because who else was he gonna fight that somebody else already didn't beat or just recently had a fight. But even those who recently had a fight, like this fight is happening when? Like in June? So this fight's supposed to be on June 18th, and it's most likely happening in Houston, which is Charlo's, hometown. So good for him. But what do you think? I feel like the guys who just fought could have made a good camp for June 18th. June 18th todavía falta. Like it's like more than 3 months away, right? A ver, marzo, abril, mayo, junio. Never mind. But I feel like, I don't know, yeah. Just let me know what you guys think because the 160 division is getting on my nerves. Low key, but just let me know what you guys think in the comments. And are you Team Lions only regardless? Just let me know.